Good day, traders. Hoping that everybody's doing well today. Let's hop onto the charts and see what we can find. How's my sound? Please confirm. Hi, Fendi. Not sure if it's me or what, but I'm struggling a bit here. That's a bummer. Okay, let's do this. And how about no? Because if you guys are still struggling with sound, okay, let me try this. That's a bummer. You still can't hear me, guys. Oh, awesome. Okay, drop some pairs and then let's see if we can get into it. So I'm not really sure what the problem is with the sound, because on my side it seems to be fine. But then again, you guys can't hear. USD, awesome. Let me remove Monday's ones. Hop into EURUSD. And started nicely at the beginning. On the daily, you'll see, guys, when you did this, that liquidity was grabbed here, which is yeah, beautiful as usual. Okay, we start on the daily, and then we start seeing some good imbalances here, and so really that's a nice point of area to work with. This zone here is also another one that we can actually keep an eye on the bigger time frames, of course. There's another massive one here. There's another massive one here. Okay, then let's hop over down now and just try to figure out what's happening on the lower time frames. I know some of you, not sure who else got back in that trade, but clearly I marked it as a loss on my side. And then hop over to the lower time frames just to pick out where we can have a nice move. On the 30. Okay. Just gonna hop back up into the hourly. Okay, so with this one here, we are probably gonna look at a bigger time frame trade, because on the lower nothing much is happening, and on the bigger, this is on the 12 hour. This is going to be one of those pairs or one of those trades that we wait to trigger for a while, mainly because we don't really see much happening in structure in the lower time frames, and that's going to be a bummer. But we are going to have to wait for a setup similar to this on the higher time frame for us to actually start looking at it. For now, even on the lowest time frame, I trade on the 15. There's not really much I can look for. I'll just be forcing trades, and that's a bit of a bummer here. It's actually a 15-minute BOS. I don't think I wrote it, but that's fine. And then you see this massive candle that went all the way up to the top there. This one here, which is a bit of a concern to me. There is a zone here, a sensitive zone on the 15. Yeah, so I don't think I would be trading this one today. And if you were to trade something like this, you'd basically have to wait for structure to form on the downside. And so once it does, you pick a nice OBs and then basically come back up with it and trade it from that level. So for now, I'm just going to keep an eye on the bigger time frames on the EURUSD. Okay. So we'll just watch what it does in those levels. Okay. What other pairs you guys want me to look at? GU. Okay, I'll take a look at that now. Okay, I don't know how this one played out. Let's go to the hourly and you will see it better. This one didn't trigger. The second one, they also missed the trigger. And you see now it's coming back down into the zones over here. And then this bigger one did trigger, hitting our 4R. Still active. Not sure how many people are still trading it, but it's still active. Let's go into the 15 and see what we can find. We do see a nice structure here, potentially come into the zone. Let me just mark this one quickly before I forget. Anyway, okay. I'm actually gonna have to move it here so we can see where it actually triggered. There we go. And then from here on, you could, let's go into the hourly and see what Orchid has in store for us and what we can do with it. Okay, awesome. Okay, we do see structure, of course. Just gonna remove these for now. This we can leave. There's a high chance it's gonna get picked up and then move back up to the top, but we'll see how that works out. Okay, so now we are gonna have to wait for price to drop below the zone, and once it does, we'll look at a potential sell in this area over here. There we go. So we'll have something like that, and that'll be our T-off area, and we can go deeper into price so we can get a nice refinement. And then our setup would look something like this. This is on a 15-minute, by the way, so just be careful. There we go. So this is how a potential setup would probably look on this one here. So this also goes to show that once you take a look at a trade, I mean, all these setups, they were taken on different time zones. This one triggered from the daily, which was taken a few days before these short ones, which did not trigger. As you can see, they did not trigger. Price just basically turned before. And then this is also another bigger one, of which we are potentially waiting for, and we'll just let it be as is. So we could potentially get a trade. Say, for example, once it's validated here, we get a trade in here, dropping all the way down to pick up this order and then back up again. So maneuver through the pairs and find opportunities in most time zones and take it from there. Okay. Something is wrong with my stream health, so it could end any time now. So that's the all-cat setup, which I'll post on the free Telegram channel. And then someone wants us to look at gold. I think this should be the last one. Gold, okay. So gold on the daily, you can see what's happening. We do have an order in this level here, second one as well. So I just want to see how that plays out. So this we also want to be waiting for in the long run, and then hop over to the lower time frames. This setup did not trigger, and I'm going to explain why for those that trade with us. That understand that we don't use market, we always use stops. Always use stops. I actually don't even know why it was marked as that. Let me see. Onto the lower time frames. Doesn't make sense why it was marked as a loss. But I'll leave it as is. So you get in, and then your stops will trigger here. And then if price does not come back down and continues going up, your trade is basically invalid and your order is not hit. So that's the beauty about trading the way we do. And then if you hop onto this one as well, it also didn't turn out well. That was a loss actually. I remember this one specifically. Okay, so now we are waiting for this bigger time frame one here. Waiting for this one here. And then you can also see now there's a ton of liquidity being formed at the top. Liquidity there, and there. Okay, so okay, let's see. So we should expect price to basically smash through that level and give us something interesting to work with. But now I'm not really liking these major wicks here at all. But we do have a potential setup in this region here. And then if you go into price, you just basically scrutinize it and refine it some more. And these ones are mitigated, so we need to find one that is not, which is potentially this one right here. So we can cover that one and also cover these lows, which would give us a bit of breathing room to trade in. And remember, we're going up because of all that liquidity that's happening at the top. So we'll basically just monitor how price works from these zones.